Hey everybody, this is Sheets, and this is I guess the lineup build for the MMA slate for this weekend, for the Saturday. And I don't know what it is, but for the people that play, 150 lineups for MMA, I find it difficult to do. I mean, I guess, you know what? Maybe I haven't been playing long enough, but I just feel as though my opinions are very, I guess, are very concentrated. And I just kind of just lock in on a couple of guys, and they're just not too many variations of what I want to do. So, I mean, I'm just going to talk again. This is just what I'm doing, and just kind of go over my process again. So again, what we want to do is we want to find the hopefully the guys that are good favorites, and in and if not, or in addition to that, be in fights that rate to not go the distance, right? The sooner the fight finishes, the better you're going to do. As far as DraftKings points, for the most part, there are some exceptions to that. Um, and we look at the in the distance props on available on many sites to kind of gauge that. So, I mean, I guess the first fight that I'm looking at, this Ankalev Kutalaba fight, that rate has a very, very short in the distance prop. It rates to finish early, and Ankalev is a pretty decent sized favorite. So Ankalev actually becomes a pretty easy play for me if in fact you can get, you can get it in. Um, but because of the stuff that I've researched and whatever, I am going to play one lineup out of my four probably, and I would recommend that on the other side because Kutalaba could go for an early finish, and then obviously if it doesn't work out, then you know bad news is coming. But I think that for an underdog, I think it's not the worst idea in the world. Okay. Um, the other fight that I'm kind of looking at is obviously the main event, the Anthony Smith Rockets fight. And the reason why I think this, I don't know, this might go, I don't want to say underowned, whatever it is usually these main event fights are 5 round fights, and they become kind of just impossible to fade. This one's only a 3 rounder, so maybe it won't get as much ownership as well, obviously it won't, as a lot of the 5 round fights. But I think that Rockets is in a really, really good spot here. I think that it's a really decent sized favorite. The in the distance prop is fine. And I just have a feeling this is actually going to go a little lower owned. So that's probably where I'm going to end up. Um, if you want to go against it and take Smith on the other side, again, depending on how many lineups you play, I think it's a good fight overall to target. I just don't think I'm going to get there. Another fight, again, which maybe I shouldn't have so many opinions, but another fight that could go either way, this Pitolo fight. This was actually pushed back, scheduled to go as another, I think last week or something like that. But I think Pitolo is a really, really live underdog here, to the point where I don't even think. I mean, I might take one lineup on the other side, but I don't know. I think you have to take a stand somewhere, and I'm kind of into Pitolo here. So again, it's again, maybe it's too aggressive or whatever it is, but I just happen to like it, and that's just where I'm going. The other fight that is again is interesting, again with the in the distance prop, and to be where I think I don't say could go either way, because I think Brady is a very, very just incredibly big decent sized favorite here, and for good reason. Um, at 9,300, I think that I can get it. And look, what I was saying is if I can get Brady in, I'm going to do it. And was I able to get Brady in my main lineup? I actually don't think I was able to, actually, after all of that. I couldn't get him in, huh? Well, that's the next thing I guess I would do. Oh, I do have one with Brady. Sorry about that. Brady, I found, I guess, was the most difficult one to get in because of his price, but I was able to. Why is it not on this main page here for some reason? Interesting. Oh, there it is. Sean Brady right there. I'm sorry. Sorry about this, guys. Um, the other fight, which I think is going to be interesting to take both sides of, is is one of the women fight, Whitmere and Viana. It's got a good in the distance prop. I think it could be really, really active, and I am going to take a little bit of both. So if you see, um, I have, I think half my line is with Viana and half with Whitmire. And the other, and the last bit of content I guess I'll give you on this fight is I mean this is the chalk that I think everybody's going to go to. Um, it was priced at 7,400 in a fight where he should have been 7,400. Now he's in a fight with a replacement where he probably should be 9,000. So I don't think I'm going to fade this. I'm just hoping the rest of my lineup is different enough that I can get there. Now, I will say that it's probably not the greatest GPP type lineup. I mean, card. I don't know if you're going to be able to be different enough and still have a chance to win by yourself. But it doesn't make it a bad card to play. It just, you have to, keep your expectations low. Maybe play just single entry. Um, or just resign yourself and maybe be tied with some people, which is not the worst thing in the world if you're very content about your playing, about who you're playing. And the other one who you'll see, by the way, I did play some of the opponent here, so I did play some Kasanga in this. And the other guys that I kind of like had to round up my player pool. Don't know if I was able to get it in. Yeah, I had one lineup with Lamas. I just thought that he was again, decent in the money prop. And I think that Lamas was a pretty decent price here. I hope he doesn't go that highly owned. And the other guy who I thought was the other fighter I thought was pretty easy to get in was Mallory Martin. Cyprus is terrible. I don't know why she started to get all this love as a live dog. I just don't see it. So Mallory Martin to me is going to be really easy. And honestly, my lineups seem very easy to me, which, as we've gone over in MMA, is a little dangerous, because you never know what can happen. But I'm pretty confident about my approach for this week. I don't think you need to play 150 lineups this week. I think, as a matter of fact, if you're playing 150 lineups, you're really just putting in a lot of just speculative stuff that doesn't have much of a chance. So this is one of those weeks where I don't think you're going to hear great screenshots of people winning zillions. But that doesn't mean you can't play, but I guess you just have to temper your expectations a little bit. Again, I just wanted to make a quick one for you guys just to stay consistent. And hopefully that you got a lot going on this weekend, both life-wise and DFS-wise. Lots of sports back. Got a brief halt for basketball and baseball, and they're all back again. Football's around the corner. And hope your DGen Saturday goes well for you.